Jai Shri Ram, friends. So I found one small video on YouTube. Uh, this is about um, the numerical system from India, right? So we all know that zero came from India. Okay, there's one quick thing about zero. We all been told in school that Aryabhata invented zero. That's totally wrong. Aryabhata used zero, so it was already there. It was already there. He used it in his books. The problem is the older books, we don't have those books anymore. Those are getting burned by Islamic invasions, or we had it even further back. We had it as a oral tradition, right? India was always and been an oral tradition. Uh, Even if there were some documents, I think they are kind of destroyed by Islamic invasion. But anyways, so Aryabhatta did not invent zero, he used zero. That is one. Second is not about just zero. It seems like the whole number system came from India to Islamic world, the Arab world before Islam. Before Islam, even before this Islam was kind of set up, before Islam, and then from Islam it went to Europe. So for Europe, it looks like it actually came from Islam, but for Islam, it actually came from India. Not Islam, that Middle Eastern part, it actually came from India because those books are also translated. So there is one guy, he is talking about this whole thing. I think you will like this discussion.
Many of you would know that the numeral zero comes from India. But the fact is that the Romans used to use Latin numbers, and even from 1 to 9, the numbers actually come from India, not directly from India to Rome, but via Arabia and the Arab world. So do you want to talk to us about how the numbers that all of us use today, and arguably the only universal language in the world,
Correct,
is actually an Indian export?
So when India tries to project its soft power around the world, often the idea of yoga is referenced as something which has influenced everywhere. But you can make a much stronger case for Indian numbers, for zero, for the decimal system. All ideas dreamt up in India being this foundational beginning, and as you say, the nearest thing the human race has to universal language. Amazingly, very few people know this outside India, because at some point in the 18th and 19th centuries, the Indian number system, which was always known, when the ideas are traveling, it's always called the Hindu system of number or the modus Indorum in Europe, suddenly becomes Arabic numbers. And it's true that Europe gets them from the Arabs, but the Arabs get them from India. And what we have in front of us now is the oldest zero that is dated in the world, and it's in Gwalior. You can see in the middle row 270. Those are numbers that we can read today.
That's the oldest zero there?
That's the oldest zero. It's in Gwalior, just 2 hours on a train from Delhi. Now here is a map that should be in every school textbook in the world. But again, people don't know this.
But okay, think about it this guy, I don't know his name, I had to find his name somehow. This Firangi guy, this white guy, he's talking about Indian number system. This map should be there in all the books in this school books in the world, but this map is not even there in Indian school books.
Brahmi is the original number system used in Ashoka's inscriptions and the Ashoka pillars. That Gwalior inscription comes next. And again, you can see the two.
But think about it this has been used and this has been found. This is not the oldest one. Reason, I tell you the reason. Ashoka used it, so it was even there before in different other languages. There are other languages which are not been deciphered yet as well. Those are 7, 8,000, 10,000 years. Maybe after that it came somewhere and then Ashoka used it. So this is the oldest found, but not the oldest invented.
The threes, the fours, and the sevens are very familiar. And then it goes in three different directions. You have the Indian number system continuing in Devanagari in this country. In the heartlands of Arabia, you have the East Arabic numbers. And then, crucially, in Morocco and Islamic Spain, you get what are called the West Arabic numbers developing out of this Gwalior system. By the 15th century, it's looking a bit more recognizable. By the 16th century, it's sets. And the numbers on every mobile phone, on every laptop, everywhere around the world become set as, but they come from India originally. And one of the extraordinary things when I've been touring this book around Europe and so on, is that people all around America, in Britain, in Africa, in Australia, in Canada, they all know the stories of the Greek mathematicians. So everyone can tell you about Archimedes in his bath shouting Eureka. Kids of 7 know this story. Everyone knows about Pythagoras. Everyone knows about pi. But no one outside India knows about Aryabhatta or Brahmagupta.
Not honestly, and this guy is wrong here. Honestly, not many people in India knows about Aryabhatta or Brahmagupta. Believe me. I mean, go out to the mic and ask people. I think 70% of Indian, right? Indian Hindus. I'm not talking even about Muslims or other guys. 70% of Hindus have no idea about this our mathematicians, our history.
Who were mathematicians of absolutely equal stature with Pythagoras and Archimedes, arguably more so, because they basically shepherd this number system that the whole world uses. In just 9 figures plus 0, you can express any number. And the ease with which you can do multiplication with these numbers, with just the 9 symbols, is so much easier. I mean, try doing long multiplication or division with MCV XV1, the Roman system. So how does it get to the Middle East?
This is one second. Can you go back to that? I think that is seriously mind-bending stuff. And I wish I had you as my history professor. That would have been just phenomenal, because the manner in which you're able to bring these stories together just help them register much more. You're not telling us anything new, but it's the manner of the storytelling and bringing
This
it
is not
together.
controversial stuff. I mean, I don't think anyone challenges this. This is simple fact accepted by scholars everywhere. But it's not widely known. And it's extraordinary that we're here in the 21st century and everyone in America and Europe thinks they're using Arabic numbers. And that is actually quite a recent name, because I say it's recent. In the Middle Ages, people, when these numbers were being introduced,
Honestly, why the Arabs will need some number systems that, oh, two Arab guys are talking about, oh, how many guys I killed today? I got, I got killed 400 guys today. And the other guy will say, oh, how many guys I converted today?
always referred to them as the modus indorum, the Indian method. So how do they get to the Middle East? This is a quick gallop through the passage. So this character, who many of you will know from Aladdin, the Disney Aladdin, he's actually a historic character, Jafar. He's the vizier of Baghdad. And the viziers of Baghdad are Sanskrit literate Buddhist abbots from Afghanistan, a family called the Pramukhs. When they convert to Islam and move to Abbasids, Pramukh, the Sanskrit word Pramukh, becomes Barmak. And they call from, let's get the map up. They call from Sind, on the right of the map, an embassy that arrives in Baghdad in 776. And they have with them, at the request of the Barmakids, the works of Aryabhatta and Brahmagupta. Aryabhatta, who comes up with the circumference of the earth and the distance of the earth from the sun in the 5th century during the Gupta period. Brahmagupta, his follower, who comes up with definitions of 0, the first man to define 0 as an active number. These two crucial texts get taken to Baghdad, and there they are translated by a guy called Al-Khwarizmi. Al-Khwarizmi writes a book with this incredibly long title, The Compendious Book of Calculating by Completion and Balancing According to Hindu Calculation. Now, no one wants to use that, particularly in Arabic, that it sounds even longer. So it's known by a nickname, and it's known as Al-Jabr, which is the basis of our word
Algebra.
algebra.
Wow.
While Al-Khwarizmi, who does the translation and who adds a bit of...
And then, wow, this is so much information in this small talk, right? So the algebra came from algebra. That's a short form of that long book named something about Hindu mathematics. It has the word Hindu in it. Wow, so
Euclid
much.
and adds a bit of his own ideas. It's not just a translation, that's to do it injustice, but he unravels this complicated Sanskrit mathematics in incredibly simple Arabic prose. Al-Khwarizmi gives his name to algorithm. So algebra and algorithm, two name numbers. I mean, algorithm is obviously the word of the moment. Whenever we talk about Elon Musk or Twitter or Facebook or whatever it is, we talk about algorithms. It's at the heart of modern mathematics and computing. It comes from India. This is not controversial. This is a simple matter of fact.
Wow. Please share this video with other guys. I mean, I don't know how many people will see this video, but as much as people needs to know this. Otherwise, it's a lost history and the next generation will have no idea. Please share this info. I mean, save this video somehow, watch it again and again because it has so many information in it, and none of this information we ever learned in our schools. None of this information. So please share this video with people, friends, non-friends, anyone.